everyone. So today I'm joined by Wilco, the Airline Partnership Director for Schiphol Airports. Thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. It's nice to be here.
Yeah, thank you. So would you mind just telling our audience a bit about yourself and what your role means for Schiphol Airports?
Yep, sure. Yeah, I've been working for Amsterdam Airport Schiphol for many years, several decades, you could say, and for many years in route development. And currently I'm Airline Partnerships Director, and working with airlines in trying to keep them happy at Amsterdam, developing the network, but also making possible that they have a profitable operation at our airport.
With Schiphol Airport, how has the post-pandemic recovery for the airport been, and how is business currently?
Yeah, well. During the whole pandemic, of course, everybody was hit very hard, and the good thing for us was that we also could rely on the cargo business, so that was very important for us. While the network was being able to be stable, the frequencies went down, but the network was still there. But ever since last year, we have seen a very strong demand again, a little bit too strong. I could say we had big difficulties in staffing issues at the airport, and passengers really did have a difficult time at our airport to go through security and to catch their flight. Luckily now we got everything under control. We got enough security agents. We had 2 stress tests last month with a high peak of passenger numbers, and we went through them very well. So we're very happy with that. So pandemic levels compared to 2019, we're let's say 15% under 2019 levels. And yeah, so we're very confident about the rest of this year.
What does your day-to-day look like when enhancing the routes at Schiphol Airport?
Yeah, well, what we try to do is to try to keep in contact with our airlines over the year, every day, and trying to give them information. A lot of focus the last 1.5 years has been more on the operational side than maybe on really route development. A big problem that we have at Schiphol is that we have, even before the pandemic, we were on our maximum number of aircraft movements. So it wasn't really that we were attracting new airlines, but we were trying to come up with the right balance of which destinations to be served and how to maybe also to increase load factors on the flights. So that's our focus has been on that.
How would you say route planning has changed since the pandemic?
I think what it has shown is that all players have learned to become very, very flexible, and also that all players also found out that we need each other to help each other and to be cooperative on that. So, I mean, nobody really wanted to have that pandemic. Also last year, when we had issues on our operational side, the airlines, of course, were not happy. The passengers were not happy, but everybody was doing their utmost to help each other to try to achieve better performance in that sense. So there was better understanding on how to help each other instead of saying you did not do your job well and big scolding. Yeah, you can always give a scolding, but at the end of the day, nothing. You don't get further. So I think flexibility is key. And I think also that also respect on that everybody knows what role they have to play.
Yeah.
And I think also very important is that I think many airlines have seen what the potential is of cargo for the survival. So I think cargo has carved out a little bit more, has got more respect than it maybe had before the pandemic.
Are there any new and exciting routes at
Yeah, well, strangely enough, due to even though we are fully slot restricted, and in fact all historic slots are be taken, we did see some opportunities for some airlines to start new routes the coming summer. And exciting news was this week that Air India has announced to come back to Amsterdam after, when was that? I think 1997. And they're going to be flying next month. They're going to start 4 times a week, Delhi, Amsterdam. JetBlue from the US is starting end of August with daily flights to New York And a month later, they're going to start Boston, also on a daily basis. And we also will see the return of Play from Iceland. And they will be flying 5 times a week from Reykjavik to Amsterdam. So pretty exciting. Yeah, so it's never a dull moment, let's put it that way.
That's good. It's important to establish a good working relationship with airlines.
I think, well, as I mentioned before, I think the partnerships is very important, keeping each other informed, also in good times and in bad times. And I think that is what we, also during the pandemic, we tried to stay in touch with the airlines. Of course, it's always better to see people in person, but the other possibility was, of course, to do it online. And we also thought it was also important to keep the airlines updated on a weekly basis on how developments were going. Normally you would do that only once every month, and now we also were sending out messages every week just to have that touch. And to show we're still here and we still care, and I think that's key. And I think what we have also seen is that airlines are trying to be more flexible in looking at the opportunities they can get. In the past, they would maybe study, especially long haul flights, they would study 1.5 years and say, okay, maybe I'm going to start this next year. And I think now we have seen that some airlines really say, oh, I got this opportunity. I got everything under control. I know Amsterdam is an interesting market. I'm going to step in and I'm going to give it a try, and we'll help them on that. Yeah.
Really insightful.
Yeah.